Hey, how's it going, YouTube? You know, I don't know if you guys have heard about this story about two pastors in Fort Lauderdale getting arrested for feeding the homeless. Now, the police claim that it's a new city ordinance, but it's complete and utter bullshit. You would think that someone doing a good deed for someone that is less fortunate would get praise, but not these two gentlemen. Now, I'm going to play you guys a video clip, and I'll be back with the rest of my commentary, because I do have a lot to say.
For the city of Fort Lauderdale to make good on its promise to criminally charge those who violate a new ordinance and effectively outlaws groups from feeding the homeless in public.
On Sunday, the city charged 3 people, including 2 ministers and a 90-year-old homeless advocate, and they could face up to 60 days in jail for their so-called crime. Bob Norman has the update.
I fully believe that I am my brother's keeper. Love thy neighbor as thyself.
90-year-old Arnold Abbott prepares hundreds of meals each week for the homeless in the kitchen of the Sanctuary Church.
We serve two entrees at every meeting.
But Abbott's work now has him in trouble with the law.
Why is he being arrested?
He faces possible jail time and a $500 fine for feeding the homeless, after he was charged Sunday with violating a new ordinance that virtually outlaws groups from sharing food with the hungry in the city.
One of the police officers came over and said, "Drop that plate right now." And so I was carrying a weapon.
Also charged was a minister from Coral Springs and Sanctuary Church pastor Dwayne Black.
We believe very strongly that Jesus taught us that we are to feed his sheep.
Mayor Jack Seiler warned arrests were coming. We enforce the laws here in Fort Lauderdale.
It's man's inhumanity to man.
Back in 1999, Abbott sued the city for banning him from feeding homeless on the beach. A lawsuit he won.
Well, I'm going to have to go to court again to sue the city of Fort Lauderdale, the beautiful city. These are the poorest of the poor. They have nothing. They don't have a roof over their head. And who could turn them away?
Abbott's going to be firing up these stoves again on Wednesday when he's got another food sharing plan for the beach. He says he doesn't want to be arrested, but he's prepared for the possibility. In Fort Lauderdale, I'm Bob Norman, Local 10 News.
Okay, Bob, thanks. And Bob tells us that despite those charges, other groups also say they intend to continue feeding the hungry in Fort Lauderdale despite that new law.
I hope they keep fighting the good fight. That is completely messed up. So a city ordinance, and this isn't the first time Arnold Abbott been arrested for helping the homeless. So Fort Lauderdale, you think this is a bad thing? No, it's a good thing, because homeless can strike anybody. Nobody's immune. I don't care how much money you got. You do one bounce check, or you do something wrong in an investment, oh yeah, you can lose your house, you can lose your car, everything, and you can be on the street. And another thing about homelessness is that, isn't there a high number of homeless veterans out there? Isn't there a high number of people that became homeless because of mental health issues, because of just, bills weren't paid? It doesn't take much to get on the streets. And yes, there is those signs. I mean, you see them everywhere across America. There isn't one place on this land that you haven't seen a homeless person. I see them all the time when I'm walking in the streets back home. And yes, I'll give some change here and there. I'll give them $1 or $2, because I always think about that. Okay, I always appreciate life, because you never know when that next meal might come. You never know where you're going to lay your head down. You don't want to be in the streets when this happens. But for this to happen makes no sense. And isn't Fort Lauderdale one of an affluent areas in Florida? So, see, I hate doing stories like this because of that. I really do. But I hope you beat this Arnold Abbott, and shame on the Florida cops for that. Shit makes no sense. But you guys comment down below and let me know what you think about this insane story coming out of Florida. See you later, everybody.